Sunday. Happy Sunday. You are locked into Secret Diary of a Mumpreneur. I hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is ready for today. I have another incredible special guest, Mumpreneur, joining me on the show. I've had a few amazing mums over the past few weeks actually. So make sure you check out on Secret Diary of a Mumpreneur YouTube to catch up on all the videos. Hi, good evening. So you can listen in over the radio or you can join us live, as I can see a few of you are joining live now on Mumpreneur Radio, and you can ask any questions that you want to ask. Just waiting for my guest to join the call. She is here. Shout out to TSA Studios, where I'm at right now. Shout out to Mumpreneur Radio. Is the sound all good, Miss TSA? All right, let's see. We're just trying to stream onto the radio, so just hold tight a sec. It should be okay. Let's see. So we're going to continue. Right, I can see that my guest has added me in. We're just trying to make sure the sound's going through to the radio station, so we will continue because this show gets saved anyway. So hey guys, thank you for joining us. Go live. I'm going to get my special guest in. Let me know if you can hear me when you join the call as well. Sending everyone lots of love, all of you guys that are tuning in tonight, Sunday evening.
I wonder if they can hear me.
Being joined by a lovely lady called Cassandra. So just trying to connect.
Hey everyone, can you hear me? Or is this my phone?
Hey guys, Cassandra, do you want to send me another request and we'll try and get you on? Having a bit of technicals to get onto the actual radio.
I wonder. Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. It says you're unable to join. Guys, I'm going to start off with a little breathing technique. And Cassandra, if you want to request again, and I can try and get you in. There we go. I've accepted. Good evening, Ranish. How's everyone today? Write in the comments. How's everyone? How's your weekend been going? What have you been up to? I'm going to wait for Cassandra again. So a little exercise that I like to do is an inhale and exhale breathing exercise. So it's something that anyone can do. You can do it to kind of ground yourself, or if you're about to do like a speaking engagement, or young people can do this. If they're like my young dancers and stuff, do this before a performance. So it's just to inhale greatness and exhale doubt. So everyone just take a deep breath in, inhale greatness and exhale doubt. And you do it again, inhale greatness and exhale doubt. Okay, Cassandra is saying unable to join. Give it another go. I can see you. I can see that you're there. That's all good. I can see that you're there. Just try and send that again. Let me see. I can see you giving us a wave. So guys, we're in week 2 of November, and the start of November, I was speaking to you a little bit about how I like to start my month, how I like to end my month, and just a bit about how I plan out routines. Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Oh, well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing really well.
I don't know what was going on there, but it's all good.
Technology, it's always the way, isn't it?
It's no problem at all. I'm just there's a few more people joining the live as well. So if you're listening on the radio, we're just trying to stream onto the radio as well. But this will be saved.
Okay.
So it gets saved and it gets uploaded to YouTube, and you'll get a copy as well. So good evening, happy Sunday. Secret Diary of a Mumpreneur. Let's get started. So I know a few people, it's your first time tuning in. So my name is Danielle Blenman. I am a mumpreneur. I am a mum of 3. I have 3 businesses. So I run a dance school, which I've been running for 16 years now, an empowerment project, which I've been running for 6 years. I am a nutrition coach. I am a blogger, radio host, and I'm also a motivational speaker. So that is a bit about me. And our lovely guest, Cassandra, now. Would you like to say a bit about what you do?
Yeah.
What you got?
Yeah, so ditto. I have 3 children. My name is Cassandra. I am a wife and 3 kids. And I also have a business that I'm running. So I'm an executive career coach. And I support people who feel maybe stuck, they're coasting within their careers, they feel a bit uncertain, particularly at a time like now. And I coach them through CV writing skills, interview techniques, but ultimately goal setting. That's like my specialism and my go-to. That's what I love doing. I'm so passionate about it. And I literally love just seeing that people have a breakthrough. Like, I love seeing people have that breakthrough, and that's what I that's what I love doing. And of course, just juggling mum life, wife life, 9 to 5. I work in HR full time, and I've been doing that for almost 10 years now. So just juggling it all, loving it.
I always say it's a juggle. It's not a balance. It is literally, when you're a mumpreneur, you're literally entrepreneur, doing everything that entrepreneur does along with mum life. And mum life is a job in itself anyway. So yeah, we're similar. We've got 3 kids each. What are the ages of your children? Because I've got
so I've got sorry, what have you got?
9, 6, and a 7-month-old baby boy.
Oh wow, yeah.
Boy.
Incredible. I've got an 8-year-old, a daughter, and then I've got 2 boys, 5 and 2.
So
yes.
Kind of similar. Like, you're the same dynamics in your home as me. So what like adapting your business and what you're doing, what's it been like during the lockdowns that we've had? Like, how have you had to adapt your businesses, and how's it been obviously working around the kids when they were off school, now that they're in school? What are the changes that you've faced?
To be honest, I started my business during lockdown. So I would say that I've always, for the longest time, wanted to start a business. I've kind of done a bit of events planning. I got married last year. So it was like, yes, I still had that. And I still have got that like buzz for event planning, because I planned my wedding. And so I help brides. Well, I know at the moment it's, complete just disarray with the wedding business, but I support some brides with wedding planning, getting them some vendors. And I was doing that prior to the lockdown. And then I just started to think to myself, I need to lean in on purpose. For me, it wasn't, I think I started off wanting to become an entrepreneur to make money. And then I just had like an epiphany, and I just decided that actually I need to do something that makes a complete difference to others, as well as provide that just spiritual reward. It wasn't just about just making money. That's not why I started. Well, that is why I started in the beginning, and then I think why I wanted to become a coach was to kind of just help other people. It literally started off with an idea. I just want to help other people grow.
I think that's how it all starts, isn't it? Like, you have an idea, but kind of when you're working from the heart as to when you're working for a boss, for someone else. It's completely different when you're doing stuff to do you're passionate about, and you just want to help others. So it's completely different feeling. I probably haven't worked for a boss for, I don't know, since early 20s. Like, my background story is I started Love to Dance when I was 19, straight from school. Dance GCSEs at Brit School. I just thought, like, the kids in the area, even though I was a kid myself, like, we need something. So I hired out a church hall for like a whole term. It was just me, my sister, and 2 children. coming to the dance classes, I was teaching, I was using Microsoft Word to print out little tickets and like literally flying outside of
You've
school.
come a long way.
Literally entrepreneurship. And yeah, for the whole first term, and I just stayed consistent. That's one thing that we have to do, stay consistent.
Yeah.
As I saw like young people were being helped, young people were growing in confidence. And then I started doing showcases, originally to raise money because my mum at the time had cancer. I wanted to fundraise for cancer research. So at the age of 19, I was like, right, what can I do? Not only to sustain the business and for me to keep classes running and not charge a lot of money, because I was so aware that in the area that I was in, they didn't have a lot of money. So I couldn't be charging like...
Yeah, and you need to try and make it accessible, yeah.
So then I thought, how can I kind of fundraise now for this charity that I feel so passionate about, and I want that it's helping my mum. So I started doing fundraisers, and it kind of grew from there. So 16 years later, it's like it became an annual thing. Like I was doing annual showcases, teaching over 100 kids a week in schools, and kind of doing, there was one point I was 13 dance classes a week until a few years ago I just had to say, look, I need to start delegating, I need to get some staff. And even then, I turned to like the young people, and it's like, right, give them an opportunity, give them a job. They love teaching. They're really good at what they do. So now I've got, fortunately, because I had my baby during lockdown, during lockdown number 1.
7 months.
Yeah, so I had.
We need to talk about that. How did you manage?
Yeah, so I had him at home on the bed because I didn't get to the hospital on time.
Oh my gosh.
But for me, that was the best place for me because I was surrounded by, like, I'm on a spiritual journey as well. I have been for like the past 5 or 6 years, and like law of attraction and just like affirmations and affirming myself and crystals. So I was surrounded by all of that at home. So I felt so calm, like calmest baby. He's sleeping now. He's with Miss TSA sleeping, but he comes on my lives and he's just so chilled and calm. And I feel like having him at home during lockdown was the best for me because I was so anxious about going into the hospital and going around. Although I have my own beliefs about what's going on and this whole pandemic and stuff, I want to be in the hospital having a newborn child, not knowing, okay, they're going to say, right, he needs this, he needs that. And and it's best. So yeah, 6 o'clock I woke up with contractions. By 8:30 I had him at home. And
it's always the way with the third one. I had my one within, I think I left home, so this was 2 years ago, so I left home at about 7:30, got to the hospital at 8 because it was a half an hour drive. By 8:30 he was here.
So something about baby number 3.
Baby number 3 just I was waiting for them to say, oh no, actually they did say, oh, you can have the epidural. By the time they were meant to come with it, they were like, no, you're ready. And I was just like, oh my gosh.
Although I feel like we trust our bodies more. Like, been through it twice already. My first daughter, Maya, I was in hospital for 3 days. It was very traumatic, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Like after the aftercare, I was like, I would rather had another baby. Like so painful. My second daughter, Amelia, it was a bit better. But I feel like I trusted 100% my body, even though I was at home. I had people in my ears telling me what to do. Like I dilated, and I just.
But that's what they say. They say that's the best thing because it's so natural. It's literally so natural. So to actually listen to your body when it's going through that, it's meant to be a lot more calming when you just relax into it, as opposed to just complete panic because it's just a pain that you just can't even imagine, right? But yeah, just to lean into whatever it is that your body's telling you to do. And also, I did find that it helped me towards the end.
Painfulest but most beautiful is, I always say to first time mothers, I've got a lot of mums that DM me and some of them are having their first child, and I'm like, don't get me wrong, it is painful, it is, but you need to just relax, try and relax as much as you can, trust the body knows what it's doing, trust the baby knows what it's doing, and just like go with the flow. Like our great grandparents were doing this, like they weren't going to hospitals, they were having babies at home. And touch on as well, I know that we mentioned about the whole breastfeeding, like we had a little conversation and it's something I brought up a few weeks ago, and also just kind of also just balancing
motherhood and babies. Like, I know for sure if lockdown was on now, I would be still teaching my dance classes or overseeing the dance classes being taught, still doing my workshops, still doing my events and having baby. And when I need to, just go into the side and feeding. Like, that's something Sips mentioned, because she was one of my dance teachers before, and she mentioned that I just love the realness that I used to come to class and be like, right, I'm just going to go to the back and feed.
Amazing.
And just do what you have to do.
Yeah. I wish I had that approach. Where were you when I had my babies? Because I think I was I don't want to go as far as saying the complete opposite, but I did kind of feel like, well, to be honest, I didn't really breastfeed my first one, and then my second I was mainly at home, but then with my third it was like my husband was working, and then I had the school run, and of course you're juggling a lot more, so you've got no choice but to be out doing the shopping, etc. And I just remember feeling just a bit of a state of panic, actually. I was a mum that was just really worried about breastfeeding. And then there was a time, as I was saying to you, that I had to go for a really long drive. It was just me and the baby. And he was crying. He wanted me to feed him. So I had to pull over the car. I was on an A road, really, really busy road. And I had to feed him while sitting in the driver's seat, just parked up on the side. And these guys like walked past and was filming me laughing. And that just made me feel like just so humiliated. It's just incredible, like the different journeys and different perspectives that mums,
Crazy. Like, what is
I felt really, really embarrassed.
To a mum as well, and like,
it wasn't the best experience, but I actually loved just spending time breastfeeding my little one. It was just the time when we were out, it was, oh my God.
We can't stop from, like I always say, never allow the opinions of others to disempower who you are, but it's natural, and we have to sometimes just talk ourselves out of the fear of judgment and what are people going to think. I mean, I done my first photo shoot with Muller Cake, and he asked me to do a photo shoot 4 weeks after I had Jakaya. And at first I was like, no, I don't feel myself. And then I went, I took the whole family with me. I took my partner, my 2 daughters, Jakaya. And there was a point where I had to be like, right, I need to just go on the bench over there and feed. Because it's like, I've only had him 4 weeks. And even that, for me though, that was a real confidence booster for me. And we done like behind the scenes. And it's like, look, Danielle's a mumpreneur. She's just had a baby 4 weeks ago and she's out here modeling my brand, and it's like
amazing.
And when I had to just feed, I just stopped and fed, and people who didn't like it keep on walking. People like
and I feel like it's interesting, and I think it's so great that you've experienced this and been on this journey, because I feel like actually it's only just recently that people are starting to become more aware of their actions and the impact that it does have on others. I think it's just maybe this year that you're hearing more about it on social media, and it's becoming more like being kind to people is like a new thing, even though it's just so natural. We should be doing it all the time, but it's almost like I feel as though social media and the internet has taken a new perspective on what it means to just genuinely be kind to people and be really mindful of your actions and how they can impact others. But I don't know if that's just because I'm paying more attention to those types of things, and I'm unfollowing and blocking all of that stuff now. I just don't want that energy in my space, because it comes onto, I bring it in, and then sometimes what I find is that actually in my business it might show up, in family life it might show up. So I just genuinely do not want like
effect, isn't it? I think on one of my shows I was saying that it's like you get up, if you're in a bad mood, and then you might have a bit of road rage with someone on the road, then that person takes that bad mood into the office, then have a go at someone in the office, then that person from the office goes on public transport, has a go at that person, then they're going back home to their family, and it's just carrying that negative energy. So if you're passing on negativity, why not pass on love, and why not pass on like affirmations? And I've been like my children affirmations from now, like Jakaya, even now, 7 months, we'll get up in the morning. I have my power hour. So just quickly, the power hour is literally just an hour of affirmations, gratitude, goal setting. That's why I was so happy when you said goal setting. Listening to music, anything that can raise your vibrations. This hour of you waking up before the kids are up, before your partner's up, before your husband's up, before you're doing housework, just to focus on you and your mindset, because we know as mums, when the kids get up, sometimes it's, I don't want to go to school today, or I'm not in a good mood. I don't know why I'm not in a good mood, but I'm not in a good mood. I just want to out how good. And sometimes if we're not looking after our own energy, we allow that energy to affect us. So although it's like our kids or our partner, like our partner can roll out of bed on the wrong side as well. And once you have your energy protected, I always say protect your energy.
Oh my gosh.
By the outside.
Yes. Literally, that's one thing I say. Either it's not going to steal my joy. Yeah. And I'm always saying protect your energy, because energy knows energy. That's the thing. Like sometimes it doesn't even need to make sense. You don't even necessarily need to make an effort with something. Yeah. Energy knows energy. So once you're protecting your mind, you've got your mind in the right space. Yeah. Then literally nothing else has to make sense. It just works. Yeah. That's what I've literally found in business as like just, and I think it's just literally the past, I'll say, 7-8 months that it started to become more clear. I've always had this, like, I don't want to say fascination, but it's always been a part of me and who I am to just genuinely think about, you know, my actions to others, and trying to take some time to reflect as well. But I think when you become more intentional with it, you genuinely do start to see it play out in your day to day with the people that start to surround you, like your network. It just makes such a difference. And I always say your vibe attracts your tribe as well. And I think what I've had on this show is like, they've come to me in some way. Like you only found out you was coming on the show last night, for example. Our first time connecting on this show, and it's like we're already so similar in things that we're doing and our energies and what we believe in and our morals and values. So it doesn't need to make sense. That's the thing, but it works. There's another person who's on here who's supporting me actually, and I met them. I'll say who it is. It's Ranish on here. I met Ranish about, I'll say 5-6 weeks ago. Yeah. We were meant to speak for about 15-20 minutes. 90 minutes later, we were just talking. 90 minutes later, and it was like, oh, okay, we literally have to get on with business stuff now. And since then, it's like every other day we're just chatting away, just inspiring one another. And we were just saying yesterday that energy, it just knows energy. Like, so long as you're protecting, I saw somebody else on here say about mindset. It's so key. It's important. It's somebody, what was it? I saw somebody say about, you know, exercising and, you know, being fit, being healthy is 80% diet and 20% exercise. That's right. If we apply the exact same thing with our mindset and our life and our attitude to life, it's 80% mindset and 20% like the action that we take. Yeah. Literally. And that's what I say. So another motto is life is literally 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. That's it. Young people, my old people, my parents, anyone I work with, any workshop I do, literally life is 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react to it. Some people have a bad 10 minutes in the morning and then they'll write off the whole day. Say, look, I've had a bad day, or I've had a bad month, I've had a bad week, I've had a bad... How long are you going to keep letting the bad day continue? Like, take an hour to a day, to a week, to a month, to a bad year. Of 2020, by like March, from the first lockdown, it's like, right, our year's over. Like, cancel the year. Like, mindset, change your life with everything. Literally. And you know, do you know what? I don't want to take away from the hurt that this year has caused some people, because it has. Like, I know some people where it's completely just changed their lives. You know, they've lost people, some people have lost jobs. So I don't necessarily want to take away from that. But what I feel as though 2020 has shown many people is that you're stronger than what you think, than what you thought you were. So much stronger, you can get through. You know, if we're still here, we're still living, there's still other things that we can be achieving. There's a purpose, there's a reason why we're here. And like I said, I birthed Pathlondon, that's my business name. I birthed Pathlondon through lockdown. But I wouldn't probably have had the confidence or that space to have even done that unless the lockdown did come. So for some people, it's like you're birthing greatness. And some people have had to just go through some serious hurt and come out the other side. And they're still going, you know. And I think that 2020 has just been catastrophic, but also, and just so many opportunities have arisen through 2020. I was speaking to, I think it was, I can't remember if it was gov.uk, and they were like, this year, trying to register my business, they were like, oh, this year has been so busy with business registrations. They've never seen anything like it. Excellent, good. Because they didn't think that, you know, they just, anyway, I don't want to talk too much about my personal opinions about what's going on this year, but yeah.
It's literally push people to take that leap of faith. And the time that they might not have had, or the excuses that they might have made before about not having enough time to do this, that, or the other, they've literally had time to do it. Even for myself, as you're saying, like, you've literally birthed a whole new company and to grow and start your purpose a bit more, and like take on what you're passionate about doing. And likewise, a lot of people that I know, they have like just started something that they've always wanted to do. It's been a blessing. It has been a tough year. It's been full of challenges. We grow through our challenges to become, that's the only way we're going to get closer to living in our purpose anyway. So there's been so much going on, and yeah, it is a blessing in one sense. So it is a blessing. I mean, I can't say this year hasn't been a blessing when I've literally got new life in my household, and able to be at home with their baby brother, and we've had that bonding time. I've not been running up and down with 3 kids like I know I would have. I needed that pause very much, and I was able to focus and redo my business and just like focus on where I want to grow with everything, and not only concentrate on my own personal development. I've grown my 3 businesses in every single way, like literally gone online with dance, adapted to that, with the empowerment project. My first online workshop will be next week, and also like I'm in like a pitch to try and get a bit of help.
We've got to talk about that. Can we talk about that just a little bit? Yes.
And then with the Herbalife Nutrition, literally I've helped so many new mums, so many women become confident, become more healthy, their mindset, because for me it's more about your mindset, your confidence, and how you yourself, your self-love, raising it up. I've done events online, whereas before I'd have to travel to the events. I've done like positive mindset, positive affirmations. But with the self-made, we're both part of the self-made.
We are.
I am currently trying to get through to the finals to get £100,000 initiative, like towards my business investment, and that is for my empowerment project. That is to create an app.
Amazing.
And for me, that is from the heart. I've always worked with young people from the heart. I felt like I've been a mum before I was a mum. With young people that I do, that throughout this lockdown, I have seen people, like young people, get in touch with me saying they don't want to live anymore. They started self-harming. They've gone into care. They don't know what to do anymore. Their mental health has declined. And for me, I'm just like, how can I continue doing what I'm doing without being face to face? And I just thought, like, they've always got their phones. An app would be perfect. I've done my research. I've literally like spoken to them, like, how can I help? Like doing one-to-one mentoring in a group of people that can help do that. And through the self-made community alone, I have found so much good connections. Number one, like to work
Number one.
Yeah. Amazing. And I think I'm on my last month, but I am going to continue. And both Bianca and Byron, they've helped me to just totally think about business in another way. Because at the age of 19, all I thought is, okay, I need to just register my company and hey ho, I've got a business. Now I'm kind of going back on the whole 16 years of me running up, now stripping it back and starting again, but with a business mindset, which is something I've never looked at doing before. So for me, this year has been about just growth in every way: personal growth, business growth, financial growth. And for a lot of people, they can't say that they've focused on those things. So I'm just taking the opportunity I can to just grow in every single way.
Yeah, so, and it's hard to try and do all 3 actually. When we're thinking of, it's hard to do all 3. When we're thinking of personal growth, business growth, and you said one more.
Personal business, finance.
Financial growth. It's hard to focus on all 3 at the one time. Like a lot of people tend to just say, okay, this month or this 6 months, I'm going to be focusing on myself, and, you know, whether it'll be losing weight and becoming a lot more healthy. It's like a dedicated focused time. To do all 3 and to win, to get through to where you are in terms of the pitch stage?
Both feet in. You can't have one foot in and one foot out. And for me, what I find how I can juggle that with family life is a lot of the times time blocking my day. Those three categories, like, they're things that I have to think about daily. I need my personal development daily. I need to be working on my businesses daily, but it's time slots. Like, so maybe now, like the past week, the top of the hour, I've been kind of connecting with all my customers and members every on the hour. Then I'll have like my time block where I'm taking the kids to school. I'll come back, I'll do the housework, try and get Jakaya down by a certain time. If that doesn't happen, whatever, I'm carrying on with my day. I'm doing my power hour every morning. That's my personal development. There've been 1 or 2 mornings last week where I literally took the kids into school and I was like, before I even do anything, I need to just center myself, and I'll go for a walk by the river, like where we're in like a village. So we've got like a little river, a pond, and I'll just do my affirmations again, or kind of visualize, because visualization is big into that. So I will lie.
Me too.
I've got it down to a T now. I can lie in bed and visualize how my day will be, set my intentions.
Yeah, how you're gonna feel.
Literally, it starts with you though, and it's taken me. I feel like I've always grown with a positive mindset. I've always had that, but I'd say since 2018. So since reading like The Secret and realizing that, wow, what I'm reading, I've actually been doing my whole life. I just haven't known what it's been. I know that I attract goodness into my life. I know that I attract my good day, but I just never knew it was law of attraction. I never knew what that was till I read it. I was like, wow, this is powerful, and I can teach other people that. So then I started like kind of teaching that within my workshops with young people, how to have a positive mindset, how to change your negative thinking even before your thought is completed in your head. Like,
amazing.
Sometimes is worse than how you would allow someone else to talk to. Like, for example, you wouldn't allow someone to talk to your husband how you talk to yourself sometimes.
No, absolutely.
And you talk to, and you accept that from yourself. So having a positive mindset and affirmations, it just helps you grow so well.
And it's even like, I was thinking, and I'm sure I heard, or I listened to a lot of podcasts and some YouTube videos, and somebody was saying, would you go into work and speak to somebody the same way that you're speaking to yourself? No, even when, like, you know, you might receive a bit of a shirty email or anything like that, would you go out there and speak to somebody, or even say, oh, do you know what, you're rubbish at that, you weren't really good at that? You would even that, you would reframe it slightly, you know, just to give honest critique, but protect that person's feelings, and also, just protecting their mind and how they think about themselves. You would be so conscious about how you're making others feel, but we don't apply the same principle to ourselves.
How we love ourselves is how we teach others to love us.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was having this conversation the other day. Yes.
That's it. That's all it comes down to. Like, how we love ourselves, how we're teaching the world to love us. So it's so important. It is so important. Absolutely.
And it's funny, I've just seen somebody on here say yes to visualization. It's so powerful, and it's so true. What I didn't mention, it's something that I do. I run bi-monthly women empowerment events as well, under the name Phenomenal Women Arise. And the first session that I done, it was around my birthday, so that was in August. And what I did is that I got a group of women. There were about 35 women for my first event, and I just got them to do visualization. And a few people messaged me afterwards saying, Cass, I was in tears, because I finally felt as though it could be, there is a possibility. And then I was like, okay, so now let's be consistent. Let's apply some specific tools to ensure that you continue on that journey to get into where you want to go to. And that's what I suppose shifted me into like really trying to specialize and hone in on goal setting, because whether we like it or not, there's something about goal setting and achieving things that really does enable us to validate ourselves in some way. Like just achieving those small little goals or small little mindsets. And I always say, set like an activity that you can celebrate. Once you achieve one thing, write it down. I've even got I've got a workbook that I give to my clients, and it's like, soon as you achieve something, soon as you've set a goal, put a celebratory activity next to it.
Yeah.
So once you've achieved it, you know, okay, yes, I've done this, I'm going to go for my favorite meal. I've done this, I'm going to have a pedicure. I've done it. Do you see what I mean? And people look forward to that thing because that's how our minds work. We just look forward to just the next. Yeah.
Small daily actions lead to big results. So even like you're saying, small goal settings. Like for me, some days a goal is like you putting on a successful event. Other days, like the goal is just getting both my daughter's hair washed.
Yes.
Like,
washing the clothes.
Challenge that I've overcome. So it's like anything can be a challenge. Anything can be like a goal that you've achieved. And like you're saying, like one thing that I say before everyone goes to bed at night, they should think of at least 3 things that they're grateful for and at least 3 things that they've accomplished through the day. Like,
amazing.
Don't think about, oh, I haven't done this or I haven't done that or I need to do this tomorrow. Go to bed feeling love and full of like empowerment before you go to sleep, and you'll way as well. Another reason why I say to do our power hours before we get out of bed, because sometimes people just waking up, picking up their phone, and the first 20 minutes is when your mind is most impactful, and it's like you're scrolling. I always say that I don't scroll, I literally post and go. So I'm monetizing social media. Social media is working for me. Like I'm not social media. I make social media work for me to get customers, clients, members, people to join my dance company, my events. It's always worked for me. So very rarely I'll have the time to just scroll down. But even when I do, I'm following so much people that are empowering and positive, and people that I'm not going to look at their page and my energy gets lowered and I'm not going to feel negative vibes. But young people that I work with, you can control that. You don't have to wake up in the morning or see on your social media fighting or the news or things that give you negativity. Like you choose who you're following, you choose the power of social media. You're choosing to have a positive timeline or feed out, or you're choosing not to. So
and the stuff that you're taking in, you know, some people might try and make a conscious effort to not necessarily pay much mind to it or say, oh yeah, I'm not going to really pay attention to that, but it's already gone into your subconscious mind anyway. So you know, I always just say, just unfollow. It's okay to unfollow. I've had to do a lot of unfollowing, and at the time I was feeling like, oh my gosh, they might think I'm being rude, or you know, but I have to protect my energy by any means necessary. I have to, because I was taking that on, even though I would consciously, like, I have my own power hour as well. I don't call it a power, I call it miracle morning. So I do that.
Attitude and
so it's the affirmations, the gratitude, sometimes visualization, setting some goals for the day, for the week, or thinking about what I really want to achieve, and just leaning in. And sometimes it really pushes me to take action as well. And then what I found was, actually, as soon as I'd finish miracle morning, I'll be on social media seeing what's happening. I see fighting or whatever it could be that comes on, and I've had to unfollow a few accounts because it just wasn't helping me or serving me in any way at all. It wasn't, you know, or serving my family. There's one thing serving me, but also like I've said, I think I said it earlier on, anything that I take in, it will play out in my actions, in my relationship, how I'm speaking. You know, it's so deep. And you know, people sometimes think, okay, I'm going to make a conscious effort to maybe be kind or say something really nice to somebody, but when something's in your subconscious mind, you might walk out, you might be in your car driving, and then somebody's driving really slow in front of you, and you're thinking, I really want to get somewhere. Next thing you know, you're bipping your car horn and start cursing bad words. Oh, where did that come from? You know.
Effort to change your habits, your attitude, the way you respond to things. Now, no such thing as road rage. Even if someone shouts at me, I will smile back at them and be like, have a good day.
Yes.
Mean it. It won't, but at first, same as affirmations. When you do affirmations at first, you might feel a bit silly standing in the mirror saying, I am good enough, or I am beautiful, and you're immediately going to think of what you don't like about yourself. the same goes for having a positive mindset. Like,
Yeah.
a positive person, just authentically, it takes work. Like, at first, I would be so tempted to just shout back at someone, like in the car. Then I had to like consciously be like, no, just smile. And then second nature, I don't even think about it. I can't remember the last time I started.
Genuinely, I don't. And sometimes I might be driving with somebody and I can see that they're getting a bit frustrated. I'm like, do you know what? Seriously,
Yeah.
it's really not even worth it. It's not worth it. Just carry on with your day. It's their problem.
You're angry.
Yeah. They're probably getting angry, and then you're taking on that energy. You're getting angry, and then you're gonna go wherever you're going. Then you're gonna start saying, "Oh, that person, that blah blah blah." Then you're gonna have a conversation about that. I haven't got time for that. Just say, sometimes I am in the wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes I am, and I just say, "I'm really sorry, really sorry."
That's the thing about taking ownership for your own.
Yeah.
Well, but one thing I'd say is, if it's not going to affect you in the next like 5 weeks or 5 years, don't let it take up more than 5 minutes of your time or energy. Just let it go. Like, literally just let it go and keep on moving with it. And yeah, I love that you do the women empowerment as well.
Yeah, I love it as well. I've got another event coming up in February.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for that one. It's February, so it's going to be about love, relationships. So yeah, and I'm really looking forward to sharing loads more and who the special guest speaker is. She's just a relationship expert. So I'm so looking forward to it.
Make sure, like, we'll definitely be collaborating anyway and in contact and still speaking.
Can't wait.
So the one thing I have missed is the face-to-face events, because like the Easter Fun Day, which is a big community event, and that's just grown so much over the last 6 or 7 years. And I just remember getting all these text messages like, Danielle, we really missed your event, and our kids were asking this year about the Easter egg hunt and stuff. And then like the summer showcase, I would just buy all the awards myself. Like, I've never ever had funding for anything I've done from that.
Well done.
Right, what can I do to just put money back in and keep going? And they say, like, you know, if a business is going to fail within like the first few years. And I remember going to a business meeting once, and they were like, we don't even know how you're still going, Danielle. Like, we don't even know how you're still sustaining everything. And it's literally like, I would get the parents, because I was 19 at the time, parents into class and kind of being like, okay, so what else do you do? And, oh, where is this going? And where, like, what's this going to be about for our young people? Like, not believing in my vision. And that, for me, made me kind of sit down and think, where do I want this to go? What's the impact that I want to have? So with every single job that I do, they're different, but it's the same impact. I want to impact as many people as I can, leave a legacy, make people's lives better, leave the world better than what I found it. Like, leave that imprint and kind of just work and walk in my purpose.
And that's commendable to you, because so many people would say, okay, this person's critiquing what I'm doing, they're not understanding my vision, and just taken that on and either just said, okay, they don't understand, so, you know, this is my vision, this is what I'm going to do. But the fact that you paused and you said, okay, they're critiquing me, let me listen, how can I serve them better, let me focus on my vision for the business. I think it's honestly so commendable. And it just so like I said, it doesn't necessarily need to make sense, but, you know, like you said, how your business is going to do, you can tell how it's going to perform within the first couple of years. But your attitude, your behaviors has clearly taken your business forward, as well as your actions, of course. But, you know, having critique and stuff, so many people will say, well, they don't understand what my vision is for my business. So that's their problem.
No one's going to get it apart from you. No one's going to have your vision or have your dreams apart from you.
Yeah.
You can't, like, I kind of used to get upset when people wouldn't come and support my shows and events, and think that, like, your family and close friends are the first people that you go to support you. And when they don't, it's part of expectations, isn't it? Once we kind of drop the expectations that people have to support you, like, actually don't have to support you. They might not even be interested in anything you're doing. So, like, even with Herbalife Nutrition, like, I would approach family and friends, a few of them just to support me would do. But now, like, it's just about kind of not taking on board, like, not taking it to heart that someone says no. Like they might not be wanting that experience. They might be looking for something else in their life. But
and it may just not be for them. It just may not be what they want for their lives, and it may not be what has been, I guess, just set out for their own life's path, you know, and that is okay. I've learned that as well with, you know, just you lean in on, you rely on family and friends to support you, and I've got a great network of people around me who really do. But you know, sometimes you do come across a couple of people who don't support, and sometimes you take it on, you're like, why are they not supporting me? But actually, I think Bianca posted something about this the other day about not trying to get everybody to like you or get everybody to buy into your business or whatever it is that you're doing. You know, not everyone is your ideal customer, and not everybody is necessarily aligned to your vision, but that's okay. They've got their own, you know, but you just have to trust the process.
Your journey as well. Naturally, you're going to have people that you might stop speaking to or just kind of grow apart from because you're on a journey to them. And what's that saying about like they're in your life for a reason, season, or lifetime? Like that's it's so true.
So true.
Leave that impact on you, or there's people that you just need to learn a lesson from and keep on.
There's always a lesson, always a lesson. And I guess since I would say over the past 8-9 months, that's where I've really started to, I don't even necessarily think it's about looking at other people. I think I genuinely just started to look inwards and say, okay, this is what I want my network to look like, to feel like, and I've got it. I've got it. And it's just by giving that energy out, writing it down, write everything down. If this is what you want, write it down. I pray. And I just ask for what I want and be open to receive. I've got a testimony about that, but I won't go into it. But, you know, there was a point where I asked for something and I said, I need to be open to receive. And then something got taken away from me. But now it's enabled me to just receive a lot more. It happens. You know, like I said,
Another really powerful affirmation as well, actually, saying I am open to receiving, or just like I'm open to receiving abundance, I'm open to receiving blessings, I'm open to receiving new opportunities, I'm open to receiving money. Like people have negative thoughts about money, which is why it's not attracted to them. People think that if they say I'm a magnet for money, that's them being greedy and that they're not deserving of money that can flow into their life. But just a simple affirmation like that changes your mindset about money, and all of a sudden it's attracted to you. I'm always manifesting money.
It's amazing.
I manifest things like parking spots. Like people think that you're crazy when you start talking about what you can manifest in life, but when I say like anytime I want like a parking space or whatever, like the mind
literally
is so powerful.
And you know what, I won't go into, I will share just a little bit about the testimony. So I was saying on, say for example, it was a Wednesday, I said I'm open to receive more money, etc., etc. And sometimes in order to receive more money, like, so I had a car. I said I was open to receive, I want to save more money, etc. By the Friday, my car was stolen. I didn't even get upset. I said, wow, I was open to receive, and now I'm going to save more money. I'm going to get, do you see what I mean? Like, it's just the car.
As well.
It genuinely is. And when I say to people, my car got stolen, they're like, oh my gosh, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm genuinely fine. I don't mind. Like, it's sad, it's inconvenient, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm open to receive. And the message was that you don't need this. You're going to take bus for a little while, and you're going to save yourself some coins.
Listen, I was single mum in 2018. That was probably the hardest time of my life because I broke up with my then husband, like a very toxic relationship. I literally got married for 6 months, split up from him in the April. That whole summer struggling, in debt, like not enough food, just focusing on feeding my kids and having paying off bailiffs on Christmas Eve. And literally I was saying to myself, do you want a break or a breakthrough? Do you want a break or a breakthrough? And that's how I got through. And with like the support of my team, my family, like that's how I got through. but you like
Testimony.
just being able to visualize and knowing that something better was coming before it, believing in it. Like Renee said, you have to feel it too. And actually, a top tip for manifesting and for doing your affirmations is if you're not feeling good, you can always think back to a time where you did feel good or didn't. So even like as a motivational speaker, like when I do speaking events, sometimes if I'm feeling a bit nervous, I'll think to a time where I felt really confident and get into that space. So that's a way to kind of, like, if you know that looking at pictures of your children make you feel good and feel loved, that's the best time to then put out what you want to bring into or attract into your life. So there's always like that you can do to kind of feel good about yourself or feel good about the situation. And there's always positive in every negative as well. At the time, you don't even want to know the things that people were saying to me. Oh, you're only married for 6 months. No. This ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. And I had to grow through what I was going through. I'm like in the happiest relationship. I've still got like people want to talk. And it was just me not allowing the opinions of others to affect me, and not I had to explain myself to other people, and knowing that I was doing the right thing for me and my daughters, and just like leaning on the people that were there to support me and lift me up rather than criticize me, and taking a step back from negative environments and energies, and just working more than I've ever worked on me before. And that's that the breakthrough.
And that's the thing, there's always a blessing. We just need, and there's a lesson, we just need to be open to just literally receiving and seeing what it is, taking full accountability, pausing for a moment, trying to really understand what has happened, and and just plow on through. It's about understanding your coping mechanisms as well. How are you going to cope, and how are you going to press on through? Because there are sometimes setbacks in life, but how are you going to come back from it? And that's the part where sometimes people genuinely they struggle with it, and they need that extra support. So
even times now, there's a lot of people that haven't even fully recovered or come back from how they felt in the first lockdown, and now all of a sudden it's like they've been thrown back into. There's people out 1,000 messages last week just checking up on people on Facebook and Instagram, just randomly. Like, I had one person like, "Are you trying to sell me Herbalife?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." And I was just like, I'm literally just sending out love to check up on people and find out if you're okay. And I had parents come back and say, "We're not okay. Thank you so much for checking in on us. We've been struggling." I had individuals saying, "This has been the toughest time of my life. Thank you so much for reaching out to me." I had people saying, "Yeah, we're okay. Thank you so much for the love." But just me, I just like, it's something that me and my team done, like just 1,000 people, and it's such an eye opener for us people. Like, just reach out and be kind, and people you haven't spoken to, just start with the A in your Facebook list, go down to Z and just say, "Hi, how are you?" Or, "Hi, it's been a long time. How are you doing? We know times are hard right now." And just literally reaching out genuinely to find out how people are, without any agenda, without like trying to sell them anything, or join my dance class, or buy her, or like just literally, how are you?
Genuinely checking in,
okay right now. And that's also just pushed me even more into wanting to do the empowerment online and just supporting as much people as I can, and just kind of pour into myself first, but support others from what I poured into me, and just kind of teaching and duplicating, having a positive mindset and affirmation.
And once you pour into yourself and making sure that your cup is full, then you can give to other people. And I was listening to something, and somebody was saying, don't pour from your cup, you need to pour from the saucer. So you need to make sure that you're overflowing, you need to make sure that you're fully fulfilled, like completely, in order for you to be able to give to other people. And I felt that, I was like, that's
powerful.
You can't keep giving to other people, and actually sometimes you're not even giving your best self because you're not fulfilled. So concentrate on yourself and making sure that you are your best self, in order to be able to serve other people.
Oh, guys, like, thank you so much for all these comments.
Oh God,
someone on at 7 o'clock. This time has gone so fast.
It hasn't it? You see?
And Cassandra and I are going to be still like continuing our conversation and connecting. I just want to say before we do our affirmations, because it always ends with affirmations, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you everyone who's tuned in on the radio. Thank you everyone watching on live. This will be saved and also it will be put out on my YouTube channel. So we're just going to affirmations. Is there anything that you want to say before we end?
No, just thank you so much for having me. I know that it was very much last minute, but I've enjoyed every single moment. And I think from looking at the comments,
amazing,
that you know, just this conversation was needed. Yeah. So yeah, I'm blessed to be here. So thank you so much.
Okay, so you're going to repeat after me now.
I'm going to repeat after you.
And repeat as well. So we're going to start with some affirmations. And just really feel good, guys. If you was on at the beginning, you know, I've done the breathing techniques of greatness and exhale doubt. So make sure you do that daily as well. So yeah, are you ready?
I'm ready. Is everybody ready?
Right. I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I am loved.
I am loved.
I am good enough.
I am good enough.
I am strong.
I am strong.
I am confident.
I am confident.
I am amazing.
I am amazing.
I am unique.
I am unique.
I am special.
I am special.
And I am a queen.
I am a queen. Yes.
Okay, guys, thank you so
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been a great conversation.
Oh, have an amazing rest of the Sunday.
And you. I'm going to go and iron some shirts.
And thank you everyone for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.